widely known and hugely adored around the world for his commitment to peace, conciliation, and negotiation. First, unquestionably and democratically elected president, a philanthropist, a revolutionist, and a great apathetic political leader, beside a loving and caring father and husband. Yes, undoubtedly, I am talking about the great and disposing political leader of all the times of the world, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, the author of the book A Long Walk to Freedom. It's an autobiographical non-fiction book, and today I'm going to deal with a portion of the book. In fact, only chapter 115 from part 11. So let's see the things of Nelson Mandela's life highlighted in this book by himself in brief. At the very outset of description in this chapter, Nelson Mandela talks about his inauguration of his presidency in South Africa. He gets surprised seeing all the gathering and arrangement there in front of the Union Building in Pretoria. Mr. de Klerk and Thabo Mbeki, these two men, were sworn as the deputy minister of his government. Then Mandela pleads for constitution and people and for peace, for justice, for human dignity. Furthermore, he also promises for resolving all discriminations from the soil of South Africa. Then Mandela got wondered at the activity of the military personnel of South Africa. Right now, the military personnel of South Africa, they are well decorated and marshaled to honor Nelson Mandela. Mandela recollects the gone harsh treatment by the military personnel for his struggle for the black skin people's due rights. It is known black, blue, red, green, and gold combine the color of South African flag. These colors symbolize diversity of a nation within unity. So here the flag symbolizes unity in diversity. The two old national anthems of the Republic were sung with two different versions. Then Mandela writes about the changes of 20th century of Africa. In the first decade of 20th century of Africa, Africa was quite a barbarous nation divided into themselves, the white supremacy and their suppression and oppression, above all torture to the black skinned people. There was serious racial discrimination. But at the last decade of the 20th century, Africa is free from all the previous dark experiences. But still, Mandela's heart aches for the lost. Actually, anti-apartheid movement produced some great political leaders in South Africa. The great sacrificing leaders like Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu's, Chief Lituris, Yusuf Dados, Bram Fishers, and Robert Sobukul. Nelson Mandela says that Africa is rich with minerals and genes, but its greatest gift is its people, who are truer than the purest diamonds. After then, Mandela defines courage and love. To Mandela, courage is not absent of fear, but overcoming of fear. Accordingly, to Mandela, love is not absence of hatred, but the overcoming of hatred is true love. So one who hates also learns how to love as well. Then Nelson Mandela talks about two obligations of a man. According to Mandela, a man has two obligations on the earth. One is obligation to his family, and other is obligation to his country. In Africa, at that time, it was quite impossible to fulfill those two obligations. Therefore, Mandela had to sacrifice for another. Moreover, Mandela recollects the past days or memories. Mandela's boyhood was free and happy, but getting young, Mandela first felt curtailment of freedom, and that curtailment was also in everyone. Then he joined ANC, elaborately African National Congress, a banned organization, and thus a true and noble man turned into a criminal to the eyes of the state. Then he started freeing all the chains of his people. Furthermore, Mandela says that the oppressor and the oppressed are both sufferers because the oppressors are the prisoners of hatred. The oppressors are locked behind the bar of prejudice and hatred and narrow-mindedness. Besides, the oppressors are also not free because their freedom is taken away. Thus, the oppressor and the oppressed are robbed of their freedom. And Nelson Mandela's goal is to free both the oppressor and the oppressed. Finally, Mandela talks about his success of his mission. According to him, freedom is partly a set. Winning presidency is a start of a long journey to freedom. Freedom means respect and maximization of others' freedom, according to Nelson Mandela. He says that he does not falter in his way of freedom, but sometimes he misses steps. In fact, Mandela has learned the climbing of a great hill. Mandela pauses and tends to take further responsibilities. And from this chapter, a learner can sum up that patience, courage, love, perseverance, and determination can make a man successful and great. Thank you.